Hey Mar, doing your offline review. Zach versus Viego. Let's get into it. Well, let's say don't start an ability level 1, just because you never know. What if you just see, like, what if right now, like, you just randomly saw, like, you walked into this bush, and I'm not even kidding, there's mid-jungle are here right now for some reason, right? Technically, you could start Q and Q them both. Technically, you could E and E away, right? I know it's unlikely, but it's just, just to be safe. And then here, you walk in the bush, you don't see anyone, now you can start W. Really small, not that important, but you would be surprised. Even if it's one every 100 games that saves you, it's still such a low effort thing to save you, right? Clear down. I'd clear down this game as well, just because Mundo's ungankable as Zac with your E and his CC immunity, and Botlian has Shen, which is you know, good gank setup. I think there's no point. I mean, if you're not gonna be in time to the scuttle anyway, I think just smite this right now. Like, you have two charges, especially when you see him actually. Because in my head, like, you're probably just doing scuttle this and then basing to top grab or basing to raptors because you're not contesting top. Like, you already know by the time you get done with this camp, the bot grab's done, right? And then obviously if you don't smite now, then you're gonna have like 30 seconds where you're gonna have no camps up, and you're gonna have double smite up the entire time. So you're just wasting double smite being up. If that makes sense. Not a big deal, but definitely could smite that. The faster you kill ground, the faster you sink it back with your wolves. This fight looks decent. Let me watch it one more time. W, auto. I think you're over indexing on the blob. Yes, as a Zac like habit, it's always good to walk towards the blob. That's like, usually. But I think that's like usually when you're being hit and you want extra HP. To me, this fight this fight screams kill Viego as fast as possible and then leave. Kill Viego as fast as possible on base, or kill Viego as fast as possible and go Raptors. You're not going for Mel or going for their 80 carry. You're not like low or scared of dying. You have blobs up obviously. I think it's just full hit this guy and leave. I say this because when you walk towards this blob here, you could be autoing Viego this entire time, right? Blocking Conquer, applying red buff for slows, right? And then here the second your Qs come back up, you could, if you were here right now instead of being here, you could insta Q Mel and then auto this guy and get a double stun, right? And then I ask you what sounds better, being 50 HP higher because of the ball you picked up, or doing like 100 plus damage. Plus, if you do this double Q, where you Q this guy or this guy, I think you might actually end up then killing them all. Funny enough. So I think that was a mistake. Going for the blob pickup, Viego would be dead already, and I think you'd already be hitting Mel this entire time as well. Instead, this guy doesn't die, you end up dying, and it's just one of the things where like these small things really um, matter, right? Like I talked about it to you in the past as well, how it's really important to queue people far from you and then auto the person next to you, and you keep kind of going for this. Like I would never, even now, even though I wish you were closer. Even now, I would always still queue Mel, and then if you're not range to auto, then I'd flash auto. Preferably you're here and it's easy to queue auto. But even now, it's still queue Mel and then flash auto this guy. Like always, Like if you have an option to get a double queue, you basically always go for it. Oh, sorry, one second, my cat's on the countertop. Sorry about that. So my cat was jumping on the countertop for whatever reason. I had to push him off. Anyways, so I think this was definitely a winnable fight. I think also you say your Q is not at the very start here, and that's why another reason why here when the buff is when your king came up, the buff was at 600. So here you can just smite right now, like I was telling you earlier, and then you'd have Q at the very start, and then you literally as you're jumping here, as he's still knocked up from your E, now you'd Q while he's still knocked up and your Q is unmissable. Right here, then you could even, if you want, you could do here is you can Q him, which is going to guarantee hit him. If it was up, you Q him because he's airborne, and then you can walk down and flash out of this guy. Same logic. And then it's like really, really guaranteed. So I think there's like three different ways you could play this where you one-shot Viego, and then afterwards maybe you can run down the Mel. So yeah, just mechanics, exact mechanics. I think here, once you're here, you should just clear down. You only open the Raptors when your Krugs are down, right? Raptors to Krugs, but here when they're both up, just clear down. Do Krugs, Raptors to Wolves, right? Um, because now you're going to do Raptors to Krugs, and if top's not gankable, you're going to run all the way from Krugs to Wolves. I call this cross country, right? So you either force the gank top here, which like looks kind of ungankable, or you run force run from Krugs to Wolves, which is super far. So if you did Krugs to Raptors, you'd be hitting Wolves right now. You know, like, okay, now you're hitting Wolves. It's not like you stopped anything from happening here, right? He's still getting frozen on. You can't break the freeze. I want you to imagine you just killed Wolf Camp. Wolf Camp just died. And then if you see Viego top for some reason, then you could just go solo dragon, or you could go gank bot lane right now. Wait, when did you eat? Oh, you got your the second you eat the second his W hits you. I mean, this is just so unfortunate. Again, I don't think you should even be here. I think you should clear down. You imagine you just finished Wolves. Now you're either if you see him top, you're invading his bot side, his Raptors, or you're just starting Dragon, 5-minute Dragon. You'd be level 5 after Wolves Game Mine too, so you're level 5 with Bombies. That's pretty dragonable. But yeah, even then, you still never die. Just get hit by a stun. The second you get hit by a stun, then now you'll just eat away. So shouldn't be here, but even when you're here, you should still never die. Dying here is really, really bad. And then I also same thing as before. You have two smites of charges on wolves. You just smite wolves here, or you should definitely smite Grop. You cannot. There's no reason you have smite two smite charges and you're not smiting either camp. That's bad. You should be having. You should be just running to Raptors here even now. Like I guess you see them fight. Actually, no, man. You see them fighting. You start walking. It's a very human response. Once this looks over, now you should just immediately go to Raptors. Base. Now you cleared it. This is good. Clearing for Krugs here is good. Looking to gank this guy is not good. This guy's ungankable. Even if he stays in our tower here, your Q, he's just immune. I guess he's immune to you and then you'll Q, but it doesn't feel very high chance. This dragon, we cleared down. He's talking the dragons, you do grubs. I think if you're gonna do, like, actually you can't do the grubs earlier. Yeah, just take one, save your E, and then if you see him, just try to flash out. Or start E out. Yeah. Could have done this any earlier, because it obviously just spawned, so best you could have done there. Clear down. But obviously, I mean, the game's not over, by the way, obviously. But 7-2, and like, it's just from your first two deaths. You know, it's a very, very, very early game based mistakes that did all this. You know, I think the first mistake is mechanics, and the second mistake is just game sense slash like pathing. Right? You're down here. This looks good. This guy should die. Yeah, I see. Apply red buff. Good job. Grump, look to base. You have 2,000 gold. Clear down again. Good thing for you. See here, last two times you opened the Krugs to Raptors, which is correct. It's just the first time you messed it up. But here you've done it well. I think you're wasting too much time though. I think you can go for the one gank one time, get his ghost. Okay, it didn't work. It's fine. Now go Raptors. Like think about how gankable bot lane is. Even Malzahar, like mid, like TF immobile mage, no speed ups, no dashes, no invis. Bot lane, Mel, Twitch also mobile. Twitch has a Q for speed up, but it's really small. Malus has good setup with his ult. Shen has good setup with his Z. What the fuck does top have? It's tank. He already has an item. This is basically the only hard lane to gank. Mid's actually super easy to gank if TF ever walks up. Bot lane, you just saw what you did to Twitch. You ever press the E ult button on Twitch and he's no flash, he just dies, right? So I think you're wasting way too much time here. Like this is like you could literally be for reference, you could be on Wolves already. Like Wolves just spawned. You could be on Wolves right now, and now you're on Wolves. And look, their ball lane's playing under tower versus a Zac. Show up to Tribush. There's a pink in Tribush too. Press E in the middle of the lane. Boom. Twitch is dead. Right? Like I think you're prioritizing the way wrong lanes. Like bot is so easy. Like you know, if you're gonna play the counter gank here, you know, I guess I know you didn't see it on the map, but if you're like watching the lanes, you see Viego E. If I had to guess Viego, not guess, you know for sure Viego E this wall because we would have seen his icon if he was running. And then if you're paying attention, instead of Eing here, you'd E over this wall. On the, Malzar ult into Zaki, Viego just gets one shot, you know? I mean, you realize late, it happens. You can't be Superman, but the point is just how easy it is to gank these lanes sometimes. Really good ult position. You're trying to ultimate to the wall. This guy should still die. Oh, he missed. He should still die though. Q. Q. Oh! I mean, okay. I'm not trying to make fun of you. That was just that was really wide. But I would say though, I think you're trying to. First of all, don't forget the smite for the slow earlier. And here, I think you shouldn't even be auto. You should just be walking with him. Your W does so much more damage than your auto, and your W is guaranteed. I would just walk with him and then just spam W when it's in range. Because right now you might not be in W range, but if you kept walking instead of looking to auto, you'd be here right now, and then this W would be W range. And then if you just keep walking with him, instead of having to E like this to this, you could get like you only got like a outer edge. If you're walking with him, you could get like a fucking direct E to E, and then it's a full knock up, you know. So I think this guy could have died if you just this walk with him. Don't auto, just like sweat earlier, and then here don't auto at all. Just walk with him. Walk, walk, walk. And I'm telling you right now, you'd be here right now, pressing W, getting this W damage off. Even now, you should still press it. And then you get the W damage off earlier. And now your W's back on CD, and now you jump in. Now this would have been your second W, which would have killed him. You don't even have to land Q. So yeah, that guy should die again, which is just mechanics once again. Okay, you defend our top camps. He took our red already, but it's fine. Base, get proto. Look for a bot king. This is good. I mean, I'd be shocked if this doesn't work, because yeah, you got double flashes, which is like kind of like I see this as like the gank worked because now that Mel and Twitch have no flash, if you ever go bot again and press the E button, tell me how Mel or Twitch survive. So like you didn't kill him, but you got double flash. There's no way Twitch didn't flash from this E, right? He had to have, or this thing you would, you know. So this is like I consider this a dub. And here I think you could have like still guaranteed it. Like I think you still could have killed her. Where instead of doing what you did, just like you just flash ult for her. I think. I don't hate your idea. I think because you have flash and proto belt and ult, you have three different ways that you could literally just like run into her. As long as you keep slowing her, she'll be like here, and you'll be like here when your E comes back up, and then you'll E, and then you'll Q, and it's like more guaranteed, you know. But then you don't even need to double Q. Ult damage, W damage, E damage on her, Q damage by herself would kill her. But this is still fine. Again, I really do not want to spend any time with the versus with this Mundo. Like I really don't. I guess Shen ulted actually. But holy fuck, it still looks so hard. Definitely want to base soon. Not sure what this is. Tower's already dead, and they're heralding. You're level 12, he's level 11. I mean, you're level 11, he's level 12. You have 1,700 gold in your inventory, by the way. Oh my god, and you beat him. Holy fuck, Zach, I take it back. Your champ's so disgusting. Oh my god. You just won them with 2,000 gold in your inventory. Down a level. Alright, well, never mind. And then this is why I say, like, Zach should just play the farm more. Because you're literally a carry champion. Like, you don't even need a fucking. Holy fuck. Alright, good job. No complaints. You did something that I didn't think you could even do. So, good job. I would say that I would not start Wolves here. Because, like Viego here is still dead. Mundo's still dead. So, I would just go and look to. Actually, wait. Never mind. Dragon's not even up yet. Do we. The Wolves are fine. I thought Dragon was up. Sorry. Nice. You got Viego Flash. That's actually a huge CD. Nice Q. He's dead. He's no flash still, so he's dead. I don't know why you're flashing. You're not tracking flashes. Like I'm tracking flashes. You're not. You know his flash is down because like 3 minutes ago ish, estimated. I'm not tracking it like perfectly. You flash on him here, right? And and what's it called? You flashed on him and he flashed away. Remember? And here your flash just came up, right? And you have Ionians and he doesn't. That means his flash will come up like 40 seconds after yours. That's how you track it. You both flash at the same time, but you have boots that lower your flashes. He doesn't, and you flash after him, and then he flashed away. That's why it's like his flash should be easier to track than others, just because you burned yours when he burned his, so you know yours is up like 40 seconds before his, right? Still really, I mean the E and Q is great. I just don't think you have to flash to chase him after him. And I'd rather hold you flash. Still a really good kill though. Just 50-50. I'm not gonna get mad at you or anything. It's just 50-50, and if anything, he has more damage. It's just unfortunate. While you're killing mid, he's doing there. I don't think there's anything you could have done to get that dragon. This is so funny. This is so wholesome. Like you compliment him, haha, sneaky bastard. He said tee hee. Like it's such a nice, cordial like conversation, and then this Twitch is just fucking raging like a fucking little baby. I love how you and Vigo type to each other, then Twitch has to ruin it. Okay. I mean, now that you're 2 items, even Riven's 2 items, I think this guy's actually killable. And he's obviously quarter HP, so now this looks chill compared to early game. I think early game he was just too tanky. Riven had no items, you know. This is also good. Good tower. Definitely, if I was you now, I'd be like danger pinging, caution pinging. Like you have 2.5k gold. You got mid kill, top tower, top kill. Like you've gotten so much. I really don't want to fight like I'm 1 HP, no ult, no flash, 2.6k gold in my inventory, dark seal up. You know what I mean? Like you have so many goodies. Even if you win this fight, like My point is, let's say this fight is 60-40. I'm not saying it is, but let's just say if you run this, what does 60-40 mean? It means if you run this fight 100 times, you win it 60 times, you lose it 40. Those are good odds. The thing is, if you just base here, danger ping, conjuring ping, leave early, maybe don't get the tower, maybe just get half the tower then leave, and you basically get all these items, then every fight you'll take will be like an 80-20 fight because you'll just be so much stronger. So you'd be like, oh, I'll take any fight with good odds, and this fight has good odds, but you'll have so much better odds if you just base right now, spend all your money, which is a lot of money, and then go like blue, Gromp, Wolves, Raptors, and then look to fight Dragon or look to pull the Baron. I just hate fighting like I mean look at it, no flash, no ult, 400 HP. It just looks insane, right? And this ends up being like 3 deaths, and if they were good, they would have got Baron here too, and then you guys would have lost the game. There's no reason why they can't Baron, right? So yeah, I think when you have, I think accept small wins has been like my mantra of the week. When you have a lot of, a lot of good things have happened. You got some kills, got some towers, got some more kills. Be happy with what you got and don't get greedy. And then spend your money and then look for the next play on the next round. Kills Viego, insta spam ping Baron. Baron, 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 spam ping, spam ping, spam ping, spam ping, spam ping. Ping, 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 Baron. Okay, I guess Mouse is dying, so you have to help. But normally you just spam ping. They have no smite, so you just spam ping Baron. So because if the smite had, they're gonna contest the Baron, right? Nice E. Don't think you have to solo that guy. That guy's already dead. Here, I think EW. This guy dies. Now imagine you don't ult here. Imagine you flash here. You just here. You flash here. Proto belt, and now you double ult. You slow them with the ult slow. Red side smo. Your Q comes up here. You could double Q them or something, or just Q1 and auto the minion. And then you kill one guy, 3 dead, 1 dead. You just pull Baron. Twitch is bot too, so you'll have 4 of you. 1, 2, 3, 4, and they'll only have one person. Let's say you kill Mel, so it's only gonna be TF, Twitch from their Baron time, and a TF cannot 1v4 Baron, right? So I think this is, you could flash Portable here earlier. Um, your ult was completely wasted. And I think if you kill just one of them, not both, you just need either kill Mel or kill TF. I think you could Baron way easier. You still get it? Yeah, you still get it. Oh, okay, it doesn't matter then. I thought it'd just be easier to get it, but now that you still got it, I don't care. Nice. Moving at Scott, we come to Adventure. God, your champ looks so fucking OP. Look at you. I think you messed up your Q. You only Q'd one person, right? Again, it's always, if you knock this guy, just Q one of these guys, Q here, and then it's always throw the range one first, and then throw the melee one. But you're throwing the melee one, and then you just auto the Twitch again. So you just double melee to him. But this should always be double knock up, always. Like, always, always, always. Yeah, I think that's the only mechanic there. And here, after you get the kill, you could also just play out. Like, instead of ulting back down, see how you're going deeper in? You got the kill, and you can literally just walk upwards now. They're not gonna. They have no way to kill you. First case scenario, you can flash up, you can proto belt up, flash up, proto belt up, half HP, ease up in 2 seconds. You have three. Like, you also have your ult movement speed, like 500 movement speed. Like, you'll never die here if you play out. And this is already a dub, 1-for-1. Mouse is pushing mid. These guys are kind of low and they use their ults. Wait for Caitlyn to get closer. You know what I mean? Like, what take the risk? Why 3v2 them here basically? Your team gets getting caught. Like here, I see my team spam pinging mid. Look, I want to do red buff like just like you, but I see like I see 3 teams mid. Malzahar, Shen, Kalen. I see Mal spam pinging. He just flashed in, by the way. And even though I want red buff, I'm not eating to red buff. I'm eating here and sprinting. You know, you gotta be a babysitter at this point in the game. Like you're just a babysitter. Junglers past 25-minute mark are just glorified babysitters. So my team's fighting, I'm coming too. Because guess what? If you kill them all mid here, then you just end the game. You literally end the game mid. But if your entire team dies here, well then you kind of lose the game. So it's just like way too high risk to be doing a red buff. Like there's just urgency, you know? Like here, if we're here, we ace them. If you guys here earlier and you kill them earlier, you literally go mid and just end the game, you know? Like that you literally would end the game here if just Kalen or Malzahar lived. Which one of them could have lived if you were here earlier, right? Still won the exchange, but you get the idea. Okay, last fight of the game. I think you guys just ace them. Yeah, big engage and that. So, not a bad game. I think the early game prioritizing bot lane was big. I forgot the other things I said, but obviously, hopefully, you're taking notes or paying attention. I think a lot of it was mechanics as well. But I think in total, it was a decent game. Just, it wasn't perfect, but it was decent. If you have any questions more, you can DM me on Discord, Chat Jungle, as always. Goodbye.